everybody's having a blessed day. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who is sending prayers and love and condolences at the loss of my mom. I really appreciate it, the response, and the continued prayers are appreciated as well. It's a step-by-step process of processing, grieving, and coming to grips with a new reality. But again, I want to say thank you. With the heavy stuff out of the way, look, I just had to address this because of a couple of things. Number one, I am a huge Tupac fan. I'm also one of the most outspoken dissenters when it comes to DJ VLAD. I cannot stand that guy. That guy, I swear, works for the feds. And he has a way of bringing people on and getting them to say stuff that they should not say, and ending up catching cases and doing fair time on a regular, or getting some kind of case, or getting in some type of trouble. And it's like consistent. That's why I cannot understand why Michael Jai White, who I'm also a fan of, consistently sits down with him. It's really making me have to evaluate that. I've always thought of him as being very sharp and very aware, very conscious. But you should be able to see this guy coming a mile away. But these entertainers, especially these rappers and these guys who are quote unquote hood guys that got hood passes, continue to jump on there. Now, here's for my disclaimer. I'm not in any way caping for Keefe D, who is now has been indicted for being the shot caller on the hit on Tupac. So from what I'm gathering, they've got enough evidence, and he's the only surviving person left out of the suspects. All the rest of the people that they are saying were responsible from the shooter on are dead. Probably more than likely victims of violence themselves. That's the way the game is played. That's the way it goes in the hood. But this guy is, if he's not 60, he's about to turn 60. And he's just up on Vlad interviewing, talking about, literally talking about he's the one that gave him the gun that was used in the shooting. Well, in most states, any way you facilitate a crime, you become a part of that crime. You don't have to be the trigger person to be charged with murder. You can be a part of the discussion about the shooting, about the stabbing, about whatever, and you have just become a conspirator in committing a murder, and thereby can be charged with murder in most states. And so it is like that way in Nevada. So he's been arrested, indicted, and he's going to face charges for the murder of Tupac Shakur, which I have no problem with. I have no problem with anybody that's going to kill somebody without provocation off of some stupid ass street code that only causes us to harm ourselves. So this isn't about caping for the wrong in the hood. It's about someone who takes our people and is enriching himself off of black suffering, off of black conflict, and then turning around and throwing the people that he brings on to capitalize on this stuff under the bus. Now, there are those who will say, well, if you don't do it, you don't have to worry about it. You're absolutely right, and that's the first line. The first line of defense is what? Prevention. You don't do it. You don't go do things. But the second thing is you keep your goddamn mouth shut. Again, I'm not, if anybody knows me, you know that I'm 100% against African-American adolescent and young adult male violence, especially male-on-male violence or anybody in our hood. So us harming us is not ever going to be something I'm co-signing. This isn't what this is about. This is about VLAD. This is about a guy who is constantly at the epicenter of long gone cold cases that all of a sudden are resurrected because of something somebody said on his show. You would think that people would be able to discern and ascertain and to reason and observe that he is the nexus of a lot of these cases. And in that, we need to just push him away. He shouldn't even be a part of who we are and what we are anyway. There are enough black podcasts, enough black people who are willing to sit down and talk with people who need to be lifted up to that level of platform to get a message out, a word out, something positive, something informative, something productive. And we're going and sitting down with a guy that's painting a negative picture of us as if Keefe D is the representation of black manhood, and he is not. But this is the guy that everybody's jumping on his platform to talk to him about stuff they need to be keeping their mouths closed about. But it is what it is, and like I said, let justice be served on that. But again, pay attention to what this dude is doing. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. On that note, look, I'm getting out of here. You guys have an unbelievable remainder of your day. It's kind of a weird day for me with everything that's going on. I'm trying to find my pace. Anybody knows me knows I'm not going to be still and sit around and mope and sulk. That's not how I get down. But for now, I'm about to chill. You guys take care. I'm out.